Hello, hello. Lost track of the time here. Smiling through the pain, laughing at the rain. Keep on smiling. Wet Willie, man, that's the only hit they had. 1974, 13. All right, Wiener, Hershey Squirts, Pennsylvania. So I get this letter early in the week. Social Security said that I didn't send them that proof of life form, and I did right when I got it, middle of June. So same lady took the letter again. So I said, "How long does it take to get there?" She said, "A month and a half." Oh man. So to contact US, I gotta have I don't know what the hell I gotta have from here. I want to dump my American carrier because them fuckers turn on my SIM for me. Again, I have it off and they turn it on. You sneaky fuckers. Verna, man, I thought you got lost. Did you marry yet? You in the States? You in America yet? You should be by now. Yeah, I had the construction guys. They plugged an extension cord. I had to open up the side back door. So I open it up, they plug it in, and some fucking moron, instead of releasing that air shock, they just fucking forced it. And got the door all out of whack and chipped a little wood. I went over to Raven. Man, Verna, you should be freaking married by like a couple of years now. What's the problem there? Your fiance didn't have a heart attack or nothing, did he? Yeah. Like I go over there last night because they're staying in my in-law's house. Who broke that door? Because they shut it and never said nothing about it. Man, I'm tired of this shit. Fucking work like a. He brings this one guy down from a bone. Oh yeah, my cousin. He's good. Uh, uh, Carpenter. So I'm paying this guy 600 too. He's working like a. He's doing shit. He's doing less than the other guy. I got pissed. I'm like, 8 hours, and that's all you got. And we work by the hour. I said, well, that's a mistake because you take an hour and a half for lunch, an hour to sleep, a half hour to eat. So you work less than 8 hours a day. If I don't pay them by the hour, I pay them by the day. I like the other guy, but not the other two. They like to do their bullshit. I can replace them. I mean, I'm paying you to work. I'm paying you to fucking laugh at me. Get this shit done. And then the last 2 days, man, been picking it up. No audio issue. Yeah, they've been picking it up, picking up the pace. I can't. That door can't be fixed because it's bent. It's bent in the hinge there. It did. The door's not. The opening's not square anyway. If you lift up on it, you can close it. But Come on, man. Brand new freaking house, you know? Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've been punished enough, man. You don't need to punish me more with this. You know, these, I don't mind once in a while you take an easy day and don't do as much as you should, not every freaking day. You know, you can't have anybody disrespect you like that. One kid's 16. I don't know the other ones. They're old enough. I start with a new guy, then I don't I think they're done. Or almost done. Should be by tomorrow. Done with doing the top of the wall with the cap. So after that, they gotta skim coat it, get ready for painting. I think I can knock that crew down by two guys because in the front I'm having um, the covered there's a cover in the front, and I'm having that like a car park. So I'm having that extended over to the other side of the house in the front. Give me total shade, you know. So those guys, they come out and measure the job, and you know they send the materials here, and then while they're waiting, they rust proof the steel. So then they can paint. And I gotta know what the name is. I gotta buy something to clean my white soffits and trim with. Something at the hardware store you can buy. Hook it up to a hose and you spray it. Because here, man, the humidity and the dirt, the air is just dirty. Chico's having uh, audio issues. Vernon's not married yet. My gosh. You've been with that guy for over 2 years, haven't you? You can fly over here and get hitched and go back. We'll get a caffeine. Come on, get your audio shit together, people. You need to open the old fashioned what do you call it? Laptop. Goodness, man. Spent most of my day in here. I didn't want to go out. Those guys make me snap. If you got time to stop and talk shit about the person that's paying you, you're not working hard. Chico, just get on a regular laptop. I better hurry up and buy a new laptop before this one takes a dump. I can't, sometimes the keys won't work. That's because it got freaking dirt galore underneath them. That's why. When I was over at the mother-in-law's house, every time I had it open, just be caked with dirt. Barney's still engaged to that guy in Colorado, I think it was. Got his son, what do you call it? Him on the stream there. A little bit of a delay. Been raining a lot here lately. Mostly at night, which is very good. You in there yet? Oh man. Hey, you know these windows for? You there?
Yo.
Yo. Little echo. Yeah.
Echo, echo.
Yep. Yep. You got two things open there? You got YouTube open? Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, shit. Now I can't hear you.
Nobody listens to me anyway.
Hold on.
I'm out. My cousin sent a message.
I can't hear you. If you can hear me, I cannot hear you. Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yep. You on a laptop? Nope, there you go again. Let's see. What do maybe this particular happening? Uh-oh. Don't know if that's my dog out there. You there? You there?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yay, finally.
Yeah, I just heard my dog.
20 freaking minutes?
Yeah, I heard my dogs Frickin' must be some big dogs visiting them. I don't have a gate on there yet.
I started out trying to use the laptop that my son left me, his old one from college, right?
Yeah.
So I couldn't get the headphones. I couldn't get the Bluetooth headphones. I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me. Then I got old regular plug-in earplugs, right, to the side of the laptop. I could hear you. You couldn't hear me. So then I'm now back on the old standby, the iPad.
What's the problem with the audio on the other ones?
I don't know.
No.
I went to all the microphone settings, checked them. Anyways, my condolences on the loss of Mr. Bob Euchre.
Oh yeah, man. It made me have a shed a couple.
I guess he died yesterday at 90. They said.
Yeah. He was born the same year as my dad. I thought he was older. Oh yeah, he was married twice. I think he's been single from the second wife for 20s. Married her to 25 years or something. Been single for like 15 or 20. I met him once, kind of. But I was working at the airport at Mitchell Field in Milwaukee, and they had just played the Florida Marlins, and I was helping loading the plane. And I see him coming, and these planes the both of them are just white. There's no markings, and he's walking toward that when he had his luggage, Hey, over this way, that was back in the 90s, so that was about 20, 30 years ago, or 30. And he waved to me, okay, thank you. Asked him if he needed help with his bags. He said no. He was about 60. He was about 60, mid-60s at that time, maybe. I worked in late 90s. He was, had been in the 60s, I think, running 34 or so. 60 years is 1994. Yeah, he was older than that. Nice guy, always. We used to have this public, the PA announcer who announced the lineups. He had this real gruffy, deep voice, man. And I got so used to hearing that guy. I never knew who that guy was until after he was gone. After he passed away. He was there quite a long time.
Where? Milwaukee County Stadium?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the PA guy. I think that was built in 53 or 54. My dad used to go down there when him and his friends with their girlfriends. They built that.
I know what I wanted to ask you. You know Italian. What's a Goomba? Is that your best friend?
Goomba? No, that's like a fuck up.
Goomba, or is that a fuck up? Okay, a Goomba.
Ah, Goombare.
Yeah, you call someone a Goomba. That means they're okay. Well, what's your best friend? Not Paisan. What's your
Paisan's friend?
Yeah, Paisan's friend. I thought Goomba was. Yeah, I always thought it was you were a fuck up, but I wasn't sure.
Well, there's different, just like the Philippines and Italy, there's different sections that speak at different.
Right. I don't know if that was Sicilian or not. I remember hearing that a lot as a kid because I grew up with a lot of Italians.
Goomba, it's not a direct translation. Like analytics, the southern term. Kumpa, Qumpa, means friend, yeah, companion.
Yeah.
Companion or fellow, the thing is with other languages, you were right, it's a friend.
Yeah.
But with other languages, the different meaning of the language, the type of language you say depends on how your voices is reflux. I mean,
I remember my dad's friends. A lot of them, if they were Eastern European, they said the my cum, you might Kum or something. Oh, he's my
yeah,
cum, which means a friend. So
that's a nick. Yeah, well,
it's like us. We say you're my homeboy, right? Doesn't make sense literally.
Goomba, different ways of spelling it. Goomba,
Yeah, I thought so.
or
That's how I would
Gum
spell it.
Gumpa, Cumpara, Italy, Sicily, Campania, Campania, no, companion.
What was that in The Godfather? The consigliere or something? Is that the what?
That's the guy that's where they have a problem between the underboss. The other guy is he gives advice. It could be a
Counselor,
lawyer.
basically, right?
Yeah, it could be the lawyer. Could be the lawyer or whoever. Like
Right,
in
right.
Godfather. I don't think it has to necessarily be a father, a lawyer. But I think
It's
that's what the
someone who they
problem.
consult, right?
That would be a problem to me if you got an underboss. You got that third wheel giving you advice that might piss off the underboss, or
Right.
you're jumping
Might
right over it.
might get you whacked anyways, right?
Be whacked, yeah. Southern term, gumpa. Gumpa means friend.
So did you feel those couple little shakers last week?
No, I don't think so.
No, you didn't feel any, huh?
Not that I can remember.
No.
Maybe,
I
I
know.
don't know, man.
I think they had a pretty good one, 5 point something up west of Tacloban.
Yeah, that's not
That's
an
pretty
idea.
far away from you, so
Yeah, for that. Yeah, I don't know. Stuff happens like, I think it could have. I forget when though. I could have swore it was more like 2 weeks ago. One of those deals where it gets to that point where it's shaking and you're going, well, if it goes anymore, it's going to increase. Either it ends now or it's going to be bad.
yeah.
My TV was shaking. I could
And
have that bolt.
you never know if it's the precursor or if that's the big one. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're on the ring of fire here.
If
I
it's a
mean,
pre-shock or an aftershock, if it's the main one, you never know that.
well, even when you have the good zap for like it's under a minute, I believe, because that's eternity. When last year when I was at the mother-in-law's and it was I thought my wife was shaking the bed and it was an earthquake, and then that was a good rattler too. That thing shook hard. That's that time we had that 7 something. I don't know if you remember that, but
Yeah,
after later on that night, after it would do it a little bit, like 5 7 seconds, and then go away.
yeah. If it goes more than 10 seconds, that feels like an eternity. I mean,
Oh, gee. Like the one I was the
it's
one
like
where
what the guys that ride the bulls only have to ride them for 8 seconds, right?
yeah, I that's the one that lasted a long time, and I thought, oh man, this is freaking gonna be bad. Hey, I gotta tell you this. I don't know if I sent you. Did I send you that funny where the guy's talking to his wife and he says, "Hey, is your sister still a lesbian?" She because I see her with women and guys, and she says don't because they have because uh, there's new medication out. I think it's called. I have to play it slow. It's called try dick again. Wait, I'm going to listen to it. Uh-oh. FDA approved new medication. Try Cox again. That's a new medicine for lesbians, the suicidal lesbians. Yeah, I was surprised, man. I'm looking at my phone today, and oh, I got to kind of meet him that one time. Another time I was usher. I was on I got to go in the dugout up to the clubhouse. We had to go through there to get out to the field. I was Packers were playing a Shriner game. They used to play it every year, like donate the proceeds to the Shriners,
Right.
Shriner Hospital, and I'm standing by the dugout. Packers weren't that time. I was standing by the dugout. Another time I was on the upper deck, and these people go like, "Where's our seats?" And I'm thinking, I don't know where the fuck. I don't know where that section is, man. I go right over here. They want me to take them to them. But when you're on the field, TV doesn't do it justice. From the dugout, they had just enough room to make it 100 yards on the field, and you can feel the ground move. These guys are running it's like these guys with this wrestler strength running like a deer, just boom, grunting, freaking popping. Even when it don't look like they're hitting hard, they're getting it hard. When I watched that replay of the Super Bowl that we beat the Steelers, and I didn't realize how fast Craig Jennings was, because he did a slant route and he went flying, man. And what's that Hawaiian guy that you guys had for safety?
Palomalo.
Mao, yeah, he popped him in the end zone. Yeah, it hurt. He goes, man, that one hurt. He was mic'd up. But you're already in the end zone. You got the ball. Isn't the play over? When you're standing there, you're in. Your feet are down in the ball. You're cradling the ball. How come that's not a late hit?
Well, nowadays it would be, but they're adjusting the rules to where they're making it more like flag football. I mean, a guy, a guy comes. You remember what Ronnie Lott used to do to receivers, man? He'd kill him. You remember Lester Hayes for the Oakland Raiders?
Man. Jack Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum.
He's the one that crippled Darryl Stingley.
He wrote a book. They call me Assassin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote that book because, but those guys could. You're a receiver. You're trying to get the ball, and nowadays, if the ball's dislodged, they call it. If the receiver doesn't, they call it make it all the way to the ground. With the ball in possession, then they call it incomplete. So. Play through the whistle, right?
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, I think I said last week about Troy Aikman saying, that slang term, you gotta take the dresses off of these guys. Like you're protecting them too much. And those people that it was on Twitter or on X or whatever, and I wasn't on there because I was going to respond, because they go, "Oh, I can't believe what he just said. Did he say what I thought he said?" And the guy says, "Yeah, that's what I thought. He didn't literally mean it. As take your dress off." See, the people are too sensitive nowadays. I repeated there was an interview when they opened up Illinois. You could buy weed. They made it legal, so all these guys from Wisconsin were going down there. It's right over the border in Antioch. believe it's Andy Hunt, and they're interviewing this guy, and the lady said, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do with that weed?" You know? The guy was like, he looked around like, and he realized the camera was on. He's like, "What? Well, he was gonna say, well, we're gonna smoke it. Aren't you worried about the cops? No, we're going up there. Everything's cool. We're not speeding. They're not. They got no reason to stop us." And this guy at work said, one of our guys that turned route supervisor, he said that was racist. Me repeating it, I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Right there." I said, "Well, I didn't say it. He did." So what you're telling me is I can't mimic this guy? That you know how many times every single walk of life in this world has been messed with? You can't make people do what they don't want to do. You know, they got it all mixed up. And then they got comedians. You're supposed to laugh at them, but you can't repeat it in front of the mixed company.
That's what I
You got,
wanted to ask you. Have you ever seen on Facebook or anywhere the comedian Sebastian Maniscalco,
nah,
Italian?
I might have. I don't know. The ring don't ring a bell.
He's pretty good. He's a lot. He's like a. He's not quite like Andrew Dice Clay, but he's
Uh,
he's about
no,
our age, and
I've
he's
probably seen
Italian.
him. I've probably seen him on there.
He's pretty good. He's pretty clean. I mean, he don't say a lot of nasty stuff.
You know what gets me is Dave. Ronald likes Dave Chappelle too, and in these segments he did on Comedy Central, they screwed him over with this. Um, the money they were supposed to pay him, and they just fucked him over big time. So
Uh-huh.
he had done one of his shows on I don't know what, on YouTube or Netflix, and he said don't watch those on Comedy Central because that's his work. They stole it,
Uh-huh.
you know. And he had a monologue at on Saturday Night Live once, what it meant to him being a black man. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good explanation, presentation or whatever, and you can understand it. But then he has some videos where he's using that N word, man. I mean, only there's a slang term that they're supposed to use, but they don't always do it. It's supposed to be pronounced like ga instead of ger.
Mm-hmm.
But we're supposed to understand that or not? I don't get it. I don't know. Fuck the world, man. Everybody's freaking feelings get hurt. Come
Was
on,
it you
man.
that sent me back? Remember back when Sanford said it on TV? Him and on F
Him and who?
said it on
That was
TV back in the day.
Yeah, it was a Comedy Central. Yeah,
Yeah.
they screwed him over like Fox. I think Fox screwed over the Wayans brothers too. They wanted them, bullshit. They
No, I'm talking about way back when we were kids, Sanford and Son.
Fred
He said
Fox.
that word on TV, on
Well, they said it to each other though.
regular TV. Yeah.
But
On Esther was called, what was that guy's
yeah,
name?
yeah.
Oh, Grady.
But
Was
Brady,
it Grady? Yeah.
yeah.
She went off on him one time calling him that.
But like I said, there's a slang term. It's the one that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be pronounced like that. Just like I said, instead
It's
of
all the
ger.
same shit. I mean,
Yeah, it's God, but nobody really says it. So people that don't really understand other people think what the heck, man? It's the worst. But anyway, you're not allowed to laugh at it outside your house, I guess. Well, I'm saying if you ain't allowed, why is this guy still up there doing it then?
yeah.
You know, I think that who's that?
It's selective free speech.
What was that guy's one name that was on Comedy Central for a while? Mancina, and
I don't know.
he used to.
I never watched that. That's why up
Carlos,
until the last 6 months, I never knew who Dave Chappelle really was until I saw on Facebook. I
well,
saw some of his comedy things.
I'd seen him a couple times, and he was in a movie with the guy that does all the goat sounds from Saturday Night Live. They were in a movie. Yeah, of course, they were getting high. Jim Brewer and Dave Chappelle. I forget what the hell that movie was called. Of course, it's pot related, you know. But,
Did I send you that little clip of the guy, him and his old lady sleeping there snoring?
no.
Oh, I thought I sent that to you in a message.
Oh, she slaps him or punches him?
No, she's sitting there, she's snoring, you know. I mean, she's really sawing logs, and then she lifts her legs and busts a big old fart. And I sent it to you, and I said, "This is our wives," you know.
No, I didn't get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to hate it when mine did it, man. I get bitched at when I'm. You know, my
Used
dog.
to. What do you mean? Mine does it now. Shit.
The second one I had, second wife I had, she you know, the dog. Well, we had a lab shepherd, so he's about 80, 90 pounds, and her cat she had with her when she was before I bought her. So the cat, the cat brings up that back leg, and she's cleaning herself like crazy, And she never yells at her. That dog's sitting there lapping up his balls, and and she's telling him not to do it, in a stern voice. And he looked confused. He looks like, what did I do, man?
What
And
am I
he,
doing?
well, she shamed him, and he was
The dog
and he
has a
was.
right to lick his balls. It's like the
I said,
guy that said he saw the dog licking his balls. He said, "Don't you wish you could do that?" The guy said, "I don't think he'd let you."
yeah. So I tried to tell him, okay, go, just go about whatever, and he wouldn't do it. That till who knows when, But she fucked him in his head, So every time he lifted that, he went to town, and he'd have that guilt complex. I said, you don't say nothing when the cat cleans her, so.
I tell you what we thought were these slight Filipino women, they can bomb out a nasty fart when they want to.
No, mine never did. I never did a lot. Never did it. Well, once in a great while here. But once she got her taste of airline food, that was a different thing. We went to Puerto Rico, and we fly to. We volunteered to take instead of flying direct from San Juan to Chicago, we went up to New York, New Jersey, and took one from there. Got back 2 hours earlier for how or why I don't know, but we were sitting in the seats. There were like two across or three. I think it was two. It was a small regional jet, and I'd seen the stewardess or whatever you call them, flight attendant, and I was popping them quiet, and my wife, she didn't know, and then all of a sudden, I didn't know she was doing it, and I said, and then all of a sudden she says, I think mine were the one that smelled. She says, I think I should probably go to the bathroom now. She never knew after that. I never told her that. I said, that was me. I never. Yeah, I was like, yeah, okay. And you take the guilt on this, sure. That's your liver working too hard. That's what that is. When we were at the mother-in-law's, the one sister-in-law said, he does that all the time, every night. Yeah. So in the morning, though, I take my those eggs with the oil. I don't know if they use canola. That's not the good one, though. We were held olive oil or extra virgin olive oil.
You know, I never liked boiled eggs, but I heard guys that they said, man, boiled eggs and beer, you talk about a fart storm.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've ever had it. I don't even think they. I don't know if they. Blatt, the beer maker Blatz from Milwaukee. Blatz was I forget who makes it. Somebody like somebody brews Pabst. I mean, the this younger guy bought Pabst and brought back some of the operation, but most of the buildings were turned into condos, and that
Wasn't
borders
that a
downtown.
cheap one? Blatz was a cheap one, like Schlitz. Weren't those all
Yeah,
cheap beers?
well, Blatt,
And old Milwaukee.
Blatt, out in Miller Brewery brews Pabst, and this one guy bought the brewery, bought the Pabst and brought back, but it was too expensive to run it here. I don't know if he did a microbrewery or not, but anyway, Blatz, you could taste the wheat, or the barley, you could taste it. It just, if you started out with the beer, it was fine, but you couldn't, if you were drinking something else, you switched to that, it just didn't taste good at all. But that would
I
cause quite a bit.
I used to golf with an older guy who he's gone now, but he used to drive. His job was driving a Pabst Blue Ribbon delivery truck, and he
Uh,
drank that shit morning, noon, and night. I mean, he should have bought stock in that company because that
I,
boy
I,
always had a Pabst Blue Ribbon PBR in his hand.
you can get it cheap too. I think at the pick and save stores here or in Milwaukee, you could get that stuff. You could get a case for $13 or something like that. And Miller brewed it. They brought back the old formula because that Jewish guy bought them that owned Olympia Beer up in Washington State. And then after, well, they were bitching about him because he took all this expensive old artwork from the Pabst Mansion, but he owned it. But Kalvanovitz, I think his name was. He looked like he might have been a guy from Penthouse. I forget that guy who got shot, paralyzed.
Oh, Howard. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Larry Flint. Larry.
Larry Flint. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if they make Schlitzen anymore, but we had a bar here every block, man. Oh my God. We had more bars per capita than anybody else in the country.
Our town was bars and churches. There was more bars and churches than anything else.
Remember when I
Yeah.
was a kid, I thought it was a big deal of, ooh, I get to go in the bar. Of course, couldn't drink, but I thought bars were off limits. They were off limits, but they still served us when I came back to visit the year after I left Ohio. I went back and I was 14. My cousin Steve was 13. We were drinking. He was serving us, man. Somebody called my uncle up. My uncle's old school, man, from the old country. And I seen him. Like, oh shit, man, your dad's here. He didn't want to piss him off, but he was a fair guy. But if you crossed him or my forget it, man, you're getting an ass whooped.
All
And
those
my
old
si-
timers, when I was growing up, they were always shot and beer guys. They always had
Yeah.
the shot
There's,
and then the chaser.
there's a big money, man. Big money like that. Fuckers make thousands a week doing that. Of course, if you pay $15 for a bottle, it used to be, it's probably 30 something. And you get how many shots per bottle, and you charge,
Right.
you bought, $2, $4, whatever it is.
And then sitting in a bar in a big old jar was either pickled eggs or
Yeah, yeah,
pickled sausages, like Vienna sausages, pickled,
yeah.
you know?
I thought, man.
And
Anyway,
and smoke everywhere. You couldn't even see in front of you. It was so damn smoky,
it
you know?
reminded me of starting up the rehabs in the morning. We have to floor them to get the trannies warmed up. Fucking blue exhaust coming through the floorboard. But anyway, my cousin, we left the bar. I went out the side door. My cousin went out the front door. So my uncle, I was about 15 feet ahead of him. And I'm just hoping he don't call my name. And he said, "Oh, you come from Milwaukee, you think you can do whatever you want?" I said, "No, no, no, no." So I'm watching. He's got my cousin Steve by the hair. My uncle had big hands. And Steve trying to stay away, from his reach. Fucking, I always felt like laughing. I'm watching him because he's squinting. He's waiting for the next blow. Bam! Fucking hit. My uncle had a big swing, with that arm, boy, and a big hand. He still had muscle. He worked in a clay pipe factory, and when I knew it was clear is when he said, "You guys go upstairs and go to bed." I thought, great, because if he'd have said, "Come here," well, I would have had to have gone there. But
It's always funny watching someone else getting their ass whooped.
oh, dude, I'm sure it showed on my face a little bit, but because when I seen him, he's trying to stay away. Uncle's got him. He's got him good, man. Wham, fucking just a reaction. Oh, that fucker looked like he was in a boxing match, and you got clubbed,
Two words you never wanted to hear was, "Come here."
Oh,
Then you know you're getting an ass whooping.
so I knew to go out the different door. I'm like, I know he's gonna get us. But if anything to save me, man, I'm gonna get out in front of him. You know, I didn't want taking turns on my money. I mean, man, I went,
Hey,
damn
did you get your Social Security yet this month? You get it early, don't you? Early in the month.
This month, yeah, I get it the third.
What, 2.5% raise or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, but see, I got shit getting taken out for. I got enough being taken out because with being on retired now, I don't get them big income tax checks. I think the state was bigger than the Fed. I think I got a total of $800 or something like that. So I had an extra. I said, man, that's all. Everybody in the place looks at me. So he put me down. He put me down for a 1099. When I was new to it, I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? I thought I'd do 1040. Oh, you're retired now. It's different. So that was a bunch of shit, dude. So I ended up going, okay, let me take out. I'll add 200, so I won't owe them. But even if I owed them, it wouldn't be an astronomical amount.
Hey, what were you saying? I was having my audio problems. You were saying something. They sent you or you sent in your proof of life paper, but they said they didn't get it. What were you saying about that?
I did that. Well, they're grossly undermanned now. I mean, you got to make a call to make it even a phone call appointment. So people have been on the phone for like 7 hours waiting. So I sent them that middle of one question. I think number 6 is, you would know this. I don't know whether I should have. It said, well, one said if you have a child under 16 or something about disabled or whatever.
Right.
So I put down my son. My son came to the Philippines with month and day and year he left. And I wrote in the remarks, I said, he gets his benefit under through mine because I had to work, with what points and all that shit. So I thought, great, man. They sent him out. Supposed to send him out in May. I got mine in June. So I get one on Tuesday, I think. Monday or Tuesday. That was this week. I didn't tell you about that last week, did I?
I don't think.
Okay, I think it was earlier this. I think it was earlier this past week because I had it for about 2 days. The mail lady, she knows us out here now. She comes right out, gives me all this stuff. And so I fill it out again, and I ask. I said, "How long does it take for this to get there?" And she said, "Like 2.5, month and a half, month and a half or 2.5." By the time they get the thing, it'll be due for a new one. So I changed how I get my notification. So I really don't need. I gotta call them. I can do this. I researched it. I don't know why it didn't happen. I called those guys on Thursday, um, the Social Security here in Manila. So I Googled this shit like today, and I said, look, because calling America and being on the phone like that would be a freaking car payment, if you're on there that long, because if they're not getting the phones right away, holy shit. So I asked the question, can I change my American phone number with my Philippine number? Can I get that done in Manila? And they said yes. So I don't know why I didn't think about it then, or if I heard it. My hearing's getting bad, and if I didn't hear it, I probably didn't hear her right. She said, "Well, why don't you do it?" I said, "Well, I don't want to take the chance right now." So apparently I can. That way, when I have to enter the code, the verification code, it'll come to my. I can open up I can look at my what do you call it, email. So I got to call. I got to call one more call, then I'm gonna drop my American phone, and that's gonna be a piece. That's gonna be a good time too. And do I call them from over here? Because you know what they do lately? They started this about 6 months ago. But when any incoming calls I got or somebody leaves a message, I don't know how that mailbox must be full to the brim and don't have any room. But they activate it. They activate that sound. The AT&T, when I got it off, they turn it on. Sneaky little shits. So I got to watch that all the time because my last bill I got was $186.
Well, I'm going to be interested to see what my freaking income tax is this year because
Well,
I've been paying last year. Last year I owed for like the first time in my since I've been retired, I owe money because I don't have enough coming out, every month. So
yeah.
I got to pay. So this year, what I pay? I paid $1,750 every quarter, so that I'd pay $7,000 by the end of the year,
Yeah,
advance.
right.
So 7, I'll probably owe another 4. I used to always get money back, when I was working, but now the kids are grown up. This daughter, I
Yeah,
think this will be the last year I get to claim her as a dependent.
yeah,
She's 17.
yeah. You don't
So
get the deduction no more, man. That's a drastic. When I had it happen to me because I had an ex-girlfriend, I said, "Oh, her mom died." I said, "I want to buy that." In a Dodge Power Wagon. Those things were. She had 25 pounds of air, and those tires are supposed to have 70, and it was meant for. It, you're supposed to have 70 in it, max cold 70 max. She had 25 in them, and the way that thing. That's why she had it low because the way that thing rode, it was a off-road army vehicle, man. You were fucking hit. You know, it was being like on an amusement park ride. You know, it was terrible. So I'm used to going. I said, hey, my tax return comes. This is my year to claim the kids. And usually I was getting shit 1,500, 16 or something like, or near 2,000. And all of a sudden I look, and I'm only getting 800. I said, what the hell? She wouldn't sell me the truck. Chico, question
From who?
from for you.
Oh, Simon's here. Hey, Simon. How's the weather? Well, let's see. Today is the warmest day we've had in a week. It will be for the next week, and it's the highs. It's 30 degrees actually. It hit 30 today, so that's about -1 for you in Celsius. But starting Monday, it's going to be what, -5 overnight Fahrenheit. So I don't know. That's a lot Celsius.
27 in Greenfield, oh, where I live.
Oh, I wanted to tell you, tomorrow morning my daughter's flying to Chicago with some friends because it's one of their college mates' birthday. Their college mate is from Madison, but they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
going to meet in Chicago.
Well, that's a good time, Chicago.
About 5 of them are going to get together in Chicago, and it's going to be butt-ass cold in Chicago.
Oh, man, no doubt.
But, hey, plus, better watch where she goes, you know.
I don't miss shit, man. I don't miss no snow. What we got here, Verna? Well, hello. Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes about things around here, I got this or that. I think it'll freaking cold, man. Makes me feel all better about that. You know, I get more that protein crusty shit in my eyes wearing the glasses than I did with the contact. That dry eye here is so freaking bad. Golly.
So, Simon, you back to work on a new project now? What's up? Extended holiday.
He's gonna make the Twitch show later. Freaking tired. I wasn't gonna have this tonight, man. I was sitting here. Forget what I go. I pop my sleep. Pop my sleep and stuff.
Did you take your pill already?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't plan on doing this, and then an hour before I go. Oh,
Oh, you're going to peter out now. That's okay. I'm thinking of driving 40 miles to get my hair cut.
40 miles.
Yeah.
Cut that.
I've always gone to an old Vietnam vet, cuts my hair.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't trust him with a pair of scissors.
So he just buzzes me up, gives me a fade, and that's all good. And then I give him, he only charges $10, but I always give him 10 tip. I give him a 20. He's, you know, that's his business. That's all he does.
Simon's
It's a small town barber shop. You don't get too many of those anymore.
Back on another project. Same as the last one. Now you're taking crumbs for it.
So since this is one of the warmest days, I'm going to venture out today, probably get my hair cut.
What's your temperature right now?
Well, today it's 30. That's the high. That's as high as it's going to get, I think. But
Makes my nipples hard.
Come Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be negatives overnight, and maybe 12 or 14 for the high during the day. So
that's no way to live.
Green Bay weather here come next week.
Yeah.
But I think that they're going to luck out for all these playoff football games this week, and I don't think it's going to be as bitter cold as it could be. Yeah, here's the high: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week, the high is 15.
Detroit's indoors. Are they playing in Detroit? They gotta be.
Yeah, they got to be. They're the top seed.
Who are they playing? Rams?
Probably. Yeah, they were the lowest seed. So, who's the
I
other
think-
NFC guys? I can't.
Oh,
remember.
my friend at work, he was from Minnesota, so he's blowing all this shit. Packers haven't beat it.
Oh yeah, I saw your comments.
Yeah, so yeah, I think he goes, man, that was 3 days ago. I said, he goes, ain't you gonna stop? I said, nope, fuck no, because
It's a long off season.
I said, yeah, hey man, you guys were 14-3 and you're one and done. I said we were 11-5, 11-6, and that was it. Yeah, 30's that hot, huh? Nice
Interesting to see the one in our AFC, Baltimore and Buffalo this weekend. That should be a good one.
Oh, that'll be a good one. I think the
problem is they put all these playoffs, since they're like the divisional or whatever, they put them all in like prime time. They don't. The earliest one doesn't start till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I mean, that's good for you. You can get up in the morning and watch them, but
no, I don't have
late at night.
I don't have. I was gonna get that Danzen app, and I could pick whatever game I wanted to watch, but I decided I don't know. I'm looking at YouTube here highlights. This way I'm not freaking pained if they lose. I'm sure I'll do this someday, but I don't know. Got too much shit going on here with these guys working for lack of. And there's other guys who take their place, He's mating with his chicken, or not chickens, pigeons. No, they ain't gonna be that long today.
Tony's about petered out already. He's got one eye closed already.
Yeah, I didn't plan on it, and I went and took my medicine. Caused me drowsy. Well, you can watch. You can watch Twitch tomorrow, whenever that is.
Is he still doing them? Is he still making
Simon.
videos? I haven't seen him for a long time.
You'd have to ask Simon. I don't know what he. Well, the guy's enough watches this one because he repeats things I've said. So,
what is the name of the place you actually live? What's the barangay?
oh, Bading.
Bading. Bading. Yeah.
I live north of the river bridge. Nah, I only have one left. I ain't even. Shit, beer's expensive here now. I mean, I'd order it from what do you call it? But I'm too lazy to put an account in there. They don't always have the beer I want. I love to get Modelo, but gee, for 6 bottles, they want what it costs you for a case.
Who do you get it from? What's the shipping thing you get it from?
That one's on Shopee.
What's the other one? Lazada? Is that
Lazada? Yeah, Lazada.
Is there another one?
Temp or something. I don't know. Some other ones. Yeah, it's the weekend, but I got to take my wife and my son to church tomorrow. I'm going to that 7-day evangelist stuff, so whatever the hell that is.
So if you take that pill, Do you sleep through the night with that pill?
Yeah. Yeah, I always wake up about 4 or 5. Depends how late. If I had drinking a little bit, then I sleep later than I want to. During the week, I'm laying in bed at 8 o'clock. I wake up at 4 or 5. Chocolate. Oh, they had another earthquake there, huh? I saw somebody on YouTube here talking about that. Well, Gary probably felt that one good over there. Never forget that place going through there. I think we stopped and ate there. Yeah, matter of fact, we did. On the way, the ferry ride to the bus. The kids off of school in May, and I'm trying to. My wife's paranoid about going on it, but they got like that fast cat thing that leaves out here out of Butuan, and I don't know what it costs. It's cheap. They dock in on the other side of Dumagetti somewhere. They dock there somewhere. I thought that'd be great. Take some videos off of that. It's some pretty good scenery. Taco. I didn't hear. You know what, man? People kept asking me because there was a tsunami warning here last year sometime. They don't have any fucking exit. There's no plan here. If there is, it's new to me, and nobody would follow it anyway. But I am going to buy a boat. I'm gonna buy a boat. Yeah, Gary dropped his wallet and it opened up and moths came out. Right? Yeah, they had something going on up there. Unless it's a 10 on the Richter scale, is that how they go? I don't know. That's normal around here. Some freaking different shit when you've never experienced it before. These people run out of the house, like over there by the mother-in-law's. They run out of the house. There's a wall next to the squad area from some business that used to be there, and that wall could fall down on them. The bottom floor in the place she has is concrete, the top is wood. Yeah, Gary would have had to experience some kind of shake where he is. He's near Tacloban, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, well, he might have fallen down the stairs. Yeah, I was just thinking. Yeah, last week I thought. 2 weeks ago, I thought, man, we haven't had a jolt in quite a while. No shit, 2 days later. But I'm going to buy me a boat anyway. You never know. Give me what do you call a boat? Canoe? Is that what I'm thinking?
I think the only way you'd be, where you're situated, the only way you'd get a tsunami is if it happened up in Cebu. Or in the water between you and Cebu.
The Negros Occidental.
Because you're not affected directly by the Pacific Ocean.
Dude, both. You know what though?
In the Cape, huh?
This guy at work married a girl from his second one. The other one he was cheating on the phone, all kinds of stupid shit. So he divorced her. And the one he's got is from Boho, and with the exception being Pangaro, there's that whole freaking island is heaved from earthquakes all the time. Freaking, you buy 8,000 hectares for $5,000 or whatever it is, cheap because it's all freaking hilly, man. It's all heaved. It reminds me of It reminds you of winter, when you go through winter and you come out of winter into in the warmer weather, the concrete is heaved up. You know, that's the way it is there. He saved her ass, man. I'm telling you. She's grateful as heck. He's got her practicing driving. He bought a house in a city called New Berlin. That's a real good area. But the house he bought was built in the 70s and it has never been updated. So it kind of has that chalet looking, exposed beams on the inside. He did a little bit. He did lower cabinets. He had a wife that died. It was I forget what. He must have had $1 million, a couple 100,000, because this dude's buying. He always buys pieces of shit trucks. Never buys nothing new. So he's sitting on a good penny. He'd be wise not to tell her about none of that.
Hey, Simon, how's the rabbit? I forgot to ask you.
Well, you
I
can't
would
get
think
10
that you
hectares.
got a lot more rabbits by now. Once you have one, they tend to multiply.
You can't get, land isn't cheap here, mostly everywhere, but you can get 6,000, 10,000 bucks and get 8,000 square meters or more with fruit trees and banana trees and all that. I don't know if they're worth any, I've never been there myself and seen if these trees were still bearing fruit, but everybody sells it there. It's just it's not a very opportunistic island. That one I don't even know well, obviously fish. But other than that, man, they have nothing else. I like it where I'm here. I wouldn't mind living in up there in the northern part of Negros. I can't think of the name. Starts with a B. It's Bacolod, across from Iloilo.
Well, that's where Jack's from.
Who?
Jack
Jack.
Hobson. Remember Jack?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's from Bacolod.
Yeah.
And that's where that guy on the internet, Geo, just moved to. That's his new home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm one of these people that I said, man, that's the one for you. And he, a couple other people told him that and he married her, but I can understand him. He said, I probably shouldn't be married at all because but she still has to go through it. Now he's got to when he goes back to America, he has to have a lawyer. Which she could between now and then, he'd be able to be real nice to her so she doesn't pull a fast one on him. Let me get a shot of freaking nicotine, not nicotine. Yeah.
Time for a smoke.
No, I don't smoke no more.
No. How
No,
long has it been?
Going on 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wonder how Christian's doing.
Was he playing in the concerts or whatever?
Oh yeah. Said he's got practice for that. I think it's coming up next week or something.
He's focusing on the poon.
Yeah, I don't know why, but My daughter wants to go to Chicago tomorrow. So I've
You
only
done
gone to
that?
Chicago. Well, I've been through there twice. Once supposed to be a layover. I ended up spending the night because they overbooked the flight. At least they set me up in a hotel. But and the other time, I had to spend a week. You've heard of Vernon Hills,
Yeah.
Illinois, north of Chicago. I had to go to a week school at some Mitsubishi electric facility there. So I had to go to a week training there.
Since COVID, last time I went through there was freaking like bullshit. Chicago used to be one of those, when you flew in like from Puerto Rico, easy peasy getting through there. It's just go and pick up your luggage, they inspect all that shit. But you come into Miami, have you ever been into Miami? Like you flew into
Nope,
Dominican?
never.
Oh, you talk about a freaking nightmare, man. It looks like the entire Central America and the Caribbean islands is there. You go through this thing, like they asked me, I went down there with a former girlfriend. So, the guy asked me, who'd you come with? I was gonna say, not just me, but he's got the screen right there. I said, yeah, I came down here with that girlfriend. And everything was good. So they got your luggage. You got to go down the other end of the airport to get it, and then come back that end to get your plane. I'm like, and I had a 2 hour layover. It took every minute for that 2 hours.
So they treat everybody like a smuggler?
Oh yeah. Well, they can't get to everybody because when the guy was looking, I was down there, and they're looking at people coming primarily from, wherever, South America.
Where were you coming from? Were you coming from Puerto Rico at the time?
That one trip I was coming from Dominican. Yeah. Puerto Rico one, it's like Commonwealth, so you don't have any of that.
Oh, that was back in the day when you looked like a drug runner, huh?
Yeah. Well, that was only
long hair, hippie looking dude.
11 years ago. It'd be 12 years ago in July. But we flew when we left. We went right from Chicago to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican traffic was like freaking Chicago condensed. Oh man. But when we left, we had a connecting flight, so we flew in we took San Juan to Liberty Airport in New Jersey, and we were transferring to Chicago, so we didn't have to go through that shit in New Jersey. Chicago, when we left, we did, but before COVID, that shit was in and out, man, just like a regular airport, But the port of entry, San Francisco was a good port of entry. They were kind of not very crowded, but just crowded if you want to. I don't know what the better term would be, but you get in and out there. You got 3 hours layover, just right. I don't know about LA or Seattle because I've never come into those. But.
I don't know. I hate any airport experience nowadays. They treat you like a freaking criminal.
I walked back.
Treat everyone like a terrorist.
Well, the line was moving, and this chick said she was handing out the what do you call it, slips to fill out. See if anything to declare. Well, it kept moving so much, I didn't have time to write. I wasn't going to let somebody pass me up, so I get up there and I go. He goes, yeah, you got your I forget what the slip's called. I said, no. He goes, oh, there it is. I kind of had it wrinkled up because he's like, yeah, we knew all about. We look at everybody's. The girl that was handing him up, she was about to fall asleep. She just had one hand on her chin, side of her face. And I said, oh, it's a tough job here, huh? And she was like time delayed before she realized what I said, and I was already going. What do you say? And I just kept walking.
Yeah.
So I was trying to ask this lady something. Here's this She must be the woke part of the population. The white lady had her kids, and I'm like, I asked her a question. They just kept moving faster, and she took a kid. You know, I'm thinking, where the fuck you going? You know, everybody on it is okay. That happened to me. I sat next to when was that? Back in mid to late '90s. I flew out to Utah by a '73 Camaro Z28. Drove it back, and on the way out there, I flew through Chicago to Kansas City to Salt Lake City. And on Southwest Airlines, it's you can sit wherever you want, first come first serve. So I walk on there, I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to be in the freaking back. So I see this opening right in the front, you know, but this one guy, nobody next to him. He had dark hair, could have been, you know, like I didn't really think about where it could have been, you know. So I'm sitting down, and it's right after that shoe bomber shit.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. So I'm sitting there going, "Oh fuck," you know. Man, yeah, he turned out to be okay. But these people, there were people in the plane going, "Ah, fucking terrorist." I said, "Look, young man, we're not all like that." And he said, "I know." He was from Chicago. People would ask him, "Where are you from?" He said, "Chicago." "Where are you really from?" He's Iranian. You know, he's Armenian. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But he's sitting there listening to going, oh, you know, I felt for the guy because he was just, I looked back, this dude that was saying it was a big badass dude. So I'm like, I hope this fucker's cool because I'm sitting right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, at that time, they were strict. And I get there, so I got a little bit of time. I go outside. I go back outside. I'm having a cigarette. I left my bag in a line, you know, and I had to go through the whole freaking process again to get in there.
Right.
Oh, that was a mistake, you know. On the way back, the car it was used for racing. It didn't have a reservoir. It had electric fans on it, but you know when you shut the car off and it's hot, the shit comes up. So before I left, I put a little in there, and I stopped in Wyoming. There ain't shit in Wyoming. Nothing, man. Nothing. You know, I went to this gas station. I'm like, this guy. I said, man, anything around here? Because it's all ranchers, you know, mostly. And so I ate a little food, and I get back in there. I get Nebraska. I think I stopped. I slept for like 3 hours and I left. 3 or 4 hours and I left. The same lady was there when the same lady was there when I checked in. She was there when I left.
When
And,
you went to Utah, did that car make it the whole way back to
oh
Wisconsin?
yeah, but see the thing when I got to Nebraska, I had to put 2 jugs of coolant in there, man. It was that low.
Huh.
So I'm in this line because of speedometer. And that Chevy of that year, I don't know about other ones. I've had this before. It had a plastic gear in there for the speedometer. It was just like a bicycle one, where you got that cable that goes down into it, and you know it turns the. So it didn't work. So I was trying to pace myself before I left. If I was doing 55, what would the RPMs be? You know. So on the way back, when I'm going through Nebraska after I woke up, I'm like this big line, right lane. And the speed limit was 70, maybe. It was quick, but I said, "Fuck it, I'm going past, man." You know, I had a temporary sticker in the back window because the dude when they went to the DMV they didn't want to give them, you know, a transfer, a title transfer. And I goes, "The guy's coming tomorrow." You know, the lady waved him over and helped him out. So I got that on there. I didn't have the plate on there because I didn't want to have a problem, you know. So it has a what do you call it, exhaust system, Flowmaster. So it's freaking it sounds pretty freaking cool, you know. So I go in the left lane, I'm going, "Rrr," and then now I know why the line was not moving too good because there was a cop on Hardway Patrol, man. I went, fuck, you know, everybody was admiring that car because it looked cool. It was originally where's that one? California? I'm trying to remember where exactly.
Would you say it was a 73?
73. So it had, you know, it was good.
So
You know,
did the cop pull you over?
No.
No.
I'm like, fuck, you know, I pulled up in front of him. Then I dialed it down a little bit. But I think like him, all these other people passed me up were all beeping their horn and, you know, looking at it, thumbs up and all that stuff. And I'm like, shit, man. You know, that guy's gonna get me. He never did, man. He looked like a little overweight dude, so he wasn't gonna. He probably
But
not.
it made it all the way back to Wisconsin, huh?
Yeah, why wouldn't it? It was a redone motor, you know.
What year was this?
73.
No, I mean, what year did you buy it and drive it back?
Oh, I think I bought that. I'm trying to remember 95 or 96, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I had a bunch of Camaros already. 77, a 70, a 73, and a 91. 91 was all show and no go. They had a low compressed. They had it was a 305. You know, they had smaller heads. And those pistons looked like cans of soup. That's what that reminded me of. But I made it back. Went by a friend of mine from the factory, and he was having an outing. One of the drivers from my station, his wife was friends with his wife. He lived on like out in the county, in Racine County, and I was smoking him. I went home. He goes, "Man, light him up before you leave." So I roll back, you know, and I'm revving that fucker. Pop the clutch. Wah! Screaming a long time, long line too. And there was a big cloud of smoke. I don't know. I don't think anybody called on me because I got out of
I'm
there.
wondering, when we were talking about getting your Social Security, you get yours the first week of the month, right?
Yeah, I just looked at it today, as a matter of fact. I think it said it comes on the third. The third day of the beginning of the
Mine
month.
comes on like the fourth Wednesday, which is supposed to be next Wednesday, I think. But normally they put it in that Monday. But this coming Monday is a federal holiday and it's inauguration day. So I'm wondering if they're going to put it in even tomorrow, you know, Saturday morning.
They might do
when
that.
when it's normally they put it in on Monday. I mean, I'm not in a hurry. I don't care, but
No, they've done that for me too.
But normally, if there's a holiday on a Monday, they put your shit in all the way back on Saturday morning. That's the way, because when I worked in the federal government, that's the way they did it, you know.
I got my January the third of the month. I got that December 30th.
Yeah.
But my problem's going to be if they if they told me if you don't respond or whatever, put this letter in, they're gonna cut my pay and not give me nothing.
What did you got that in the mail or was that an email or a text?
I got that in the mail. They mail you. It's a different. It's called a proof. The slang term is a proof of life. It's got a number.
You said you sent it back, but how did you get notified again that they didn't have it?
Because they sent me another one a couple of days ago, like on Tuesday.
Same damn letter, huh? Through the mail.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I got my Philippine address on there, so they gotta know I live here, right? So I'm writing down what I need. The only question there I had to answer there, it looked kind of confusing when it said, "Do you have a child under 17 or 16 or or some other reason.
Or
Somebody,
disabled under 26. Yeah.
yeah. I put all that shit down because I said, yeah, my son left on the 19th of, they're gonna know that anyway. He left he left
You've
on
been
the,
getting his shit already since you've been there?
yeah,
Yeah, you don't want
yeah.
them to stop all that shit.
Well, you'll
'Cause
get it back, but the bitch of it, what's going on now? I watched this dude. You'd like him. Very informational. Ed Weir. He's a former. He ran the third busiest Social Security office in the country. Where that is, I have no idea. Either New York or Miami or Los Angeles or whatever. But now, before you could call up. But if you called the main one, like in Chicago, I was on the phone for over an hour. So the thinking is now you have to call up and make an appointment to have a phone appointment.
yeah, it sucks.
So what I did before was after that first time we called in Chicago, I just called the local one. They picked the phone right up. So I don't know he was kind of, the only thing negative he kind of said, where I thought he was an asshole was he says, those people at the desk there, they're more customer service. They're not even whatever, man. I'm thinking, well, wow,
Yeah, no,
dude,
I walked in to do my daughter's, just on a walk-in basis, and I waited around, had my number, finally went, sat down with the person. I said, I'm here,
you get a kiosk.
'cause I understand. She's
You
like,
get a
oh, you got to call and make a phone appointment.
You went to the kiosk right first, right? Where you push down what you might be there for. There's a selection.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. So they didn't tell you, that machine didn't tell you nothing. They did. That's fucked up. You know what? That's well, they're trying to. They said that now, if you know anything about Biden, because he's signing this, and they're labeling it some kind of fucking happy-go-lucky thing that he did for everybody. But that fucking guy was on a TV once, and he said he wanted to do away with that back in was the 70s or 80s. He's ranting and raving. Trump was right when he said, "What have you done, Joe?" He hadn't done anything. He was a fucking lackey for Obama. But the Democrats shoot their own foot. They come up with Hillary, and then him. I mean, you got to throw better at him. People are getting tired of this shit out here. But the good old boys, they starting to listen a little bit. But they're in that thing where we can say and do whatever we want. They don't all get positive about everything until it's election year. So I don't know. I hate to have to wait. I'm going to get rid of my American phone number. I can't be on the phone with that thing. It cost me $300-400 to sit on. And in Manila, there's only so much they can do. So I'm going to call them up Tuesdays and Thursdays they're open from 8 till 11 or 9, something like that. You could tell the lady was Filipina. She's Filipino because when I asked her something, she said, "Oh, people respond to yeses. You could say yes, and just same meaning as oh." And she said, "Oh," and then said yes. I said, "Yeah, I know what you're saying." So my freaking hearing's going, man. I'm trying to listen to this. I just shut the air conditioner off, but I had to go through that I had to dial that number about 5 times because it kept going through the menu shit, and then wait. If you have any other business other than the selections available, you got to wait. So I wait, and they kick me off. I did that like 4 times. The 5th time it worked. Well, I was watching this funny. I didn't get to watch it because I worked The Office, and Amy Poehler and this other lady are up there, and they're asking people in the office, yeah, anybody know any good comeback stories? He goes, what was that? That was a horse and some baseball game or something or other, basketball game. And that guy goes, well, Kim Kardashian. They're going, well, he says, she got a comment her back. And he did this. It wasn't in the script. He just did it. And everybody in there was cracking up.
Oh man, I just got a call. I just got a call from a guy. He was my coworker in Oklahoma. I got to call him back here when we're done. He was a original Vietnamese boat person. He came as like a, I don't know, he said 6, 7-year-old, the fall of Vietnam.
Yeah.
Because his dad was in the South Vietnamese military, and he was going to get sent to a re-education camp. So his dad took his mother and the grandparents and all the kids and got on a rickety old boat and escaped offshore. And they went through all the pirates that were trying to steal everything, And they made it to Indonesia, to a refugee camp for a year.
It's a long way.
And they got to finally come to the U.S. because of his dad's affiliation, with the South Vietnamese military.
Yeah.
But one of the best friends ever and one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. The guy worked 7 days a week. He owned his own restaurant, and he worked a 40-hour-a-week job. Yeah. But best, I'd trust him with anything. He was that good of a friend. And I got to call him back. I haven't heard from him probably a couple of years. I don't even know if he knows I'm retired yet. So.
Yeah, no telling, huh? Where's he living now? Oklahoma?
Yeah, that's where I got out of the military.
No, him, the guy.
Yeah, but then I hired on there, and I was a coworker with him. So.
Okay, he worked in Oklahoma too, then.
Yes.
Okay.
And each of his, I think he had 4, 5, 6 siblings. They all worked. They all had their own restaurant.
Right.
Besides being professionals, he's the only one that doesn't have like a professional degree. He was, he was at a 2-year trade school, I think. But yeah, great guy. I'd love to go back. You hear about guys going to Vietnam, right, for a visit. He's the guy I want to go with. Of course, he speaks the language, and he not only speaks Vietnamese, he speaks Chinese too. So
Bud Brown does.
He would be the guy to have with you.
Yeah, Bud Brown, that guy. You know that guy.
Yeah,
California.
But of course, I wouldn't eat all the food he eats. But hey, some of the stuff out of the sea that he eats, I wouldn't eat. But
they deep fry rats there.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not. That's enough for me. We can go.
Okay. I'll talk to you hopefully next week. And
yeah. Have a good day. Have a good weekend.
Yep. And Simon, take care. Treat those pigeons right.
He's out. He's out. Stroking the birds.
Gary, Christian. Hope you're doing all right.
Quit.
Yeah. Quit. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you next week. Later.
All right. Bye.